What extent now is Tyson actually relying and changing his style to a degree to rely more on power?
Every time I speak to Tyson, he's much more happy. All he says to me, I'm hitting 100% harder, I'm focused more, I'm not off balance like I was before. I said I couldn't get the power shots going, but now I can get the power shots going and plenty of them.
Is it a danger, though, to sort of Tyson not to be using
if
Tyson
puts on a stone and a bit and goes there trying to knock him out, I think it's a dangerous tactic. It's crazy.
There's a way to knock him out. He's not going to run in with his chin in the air and go for a big punch.
I've rarely seen Tyson apply those tactics in fights. Normally softens you up, breaks you up, gets you frustrated, makes you miss and counters you. That's how I've seen his success. So if he's going to change his style for the first time against Deontay Wilder, I'm just saying it's a risky strategy.
I just don't think he can deal with a 19-stone man, Wilder. And the first man to fight him any good was Tyson. He beat him on half-mast, so he shouldn't even have been in the ring with him. He's not a great... And if he can punch that hard, how did Tyson get up in the 12th round? Nobody gets up in the 12th round when they're all out, gassed out, finished. He had nothing left in him. He gets up. If he was such a banger, you don't get up, especially in the 12th round. And I can tell you that. So I'm quite confident his power ain't like it should be. And what greats has he fought? He never fought you, did he?
No.
Did he? And he's never fought anybody like him. He's never fought Steve Cunningham. He's never fought anybody of any remote, like, championship material. What's been proven and tested. They've all been handpicked.
Do you think he'd be making a mistake to stand in front of him, trying to rely more on power and looking...
Maybe he's going to be aggressive. Maybe he's not. You know,
He's aggressive as he wants.
And the same thing with Wilder, to tell you the truth. You know, Wilder's talking a big game. Fury's talking a big game. Obviously, they're both very confident. It's clear that they're having good training camps. But I think to say what kind of fight we're going to see now, things could change between now and February 22nd.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. He's going to get bullied to death and stopped in about 8 or 9 rounds.
But I will say, can Deontay fight going backwards?
No.
Can Deontay fight on the back foot?
No way. He hasn't got the body strength.
A lot of his knockouts have come once his opponents throw. Strangely, he's a counter puncher.
He's a counter puncher with the right hand.
But
is he going backwards a lot of times, or is he
no,
set when he's throwing
all the fights. He doesn't go backwards.
As they come in, so he doubles the impact of the shot.
But not working.
But he's not going back. What I'm saying is, usually a guy with a good jab can fight going backwards. Deontay...
Has he needed to fight going backwards yet?
Good point.
It reinforces Big John's point.
He fought
Ortiz going backwards, but there was no jab there. What I'm saying is, I think he can fight going backwards against a certain level of opponent, but if you put a jab in his face, Deontay has a good jab, but we saw in the first fight that if you can negate his jab, his ability to create offense diminishes.
If Tyson Fury is the weight that you want him to be, that Wilder's punch power isn't enough to knock him out.
I don't think the fight is being scored
he's
that way.
If
Tyson has a team
he's
behind
fighting
him.
a man what's won the title legitimately, beat Vladimir Klitschko. And look, he had plenty left, because look what he done to Joshua. He beat Joshua to death.
David,
I think that's crazy to think that you don't believe Wilder landing his perfect shot.
Yeah, but listen, I can answer that one for you. Tyson smashed him to pieces and makes him quit and cry.
Does Tyson believe what you believe? That
100%, and more
Wilder,
again.
So he believes he's going into a fight with Deontay Wilder in a 12-round fight, and he can't be hurt by Wilder.
Oh, he knows he can be hurt, but the thing is...
not hurt enough to be knocked out?
No, because I'll tell you what it is now.
That's crazy.
How is it crazy when he couldn't beat him when he was... Well, he had nothing in him at all. His body was like wet tissue paper.
Guys, why are we even having this debate? These are two world-class fighters that will make adjustments during the fight anyway.
One's a great fighter in the making, and one's a good fighter.
Both guys are going to probably have to adjust.
Paulie, I've been up close and personal to Deontay Wilder. I seen something in his eyes, and I've been as close to him as I am to you. And I seen what I seen in him, and my son's got too much from him in the department.
Was that after the last fight, John? Was that after the last fight, John?
No. Before Ireland. It was in Ireland, I said. I come right close to him, and I thought, you know what? You can't beat my son with a hammer in each hand, and he's got hammers in each hand, but I'll tell you what, he's never...
John, when you go to sleep at night, isn't there just a little bit of doubt in your head that Wilder could improve?
No, because he's 35-year-old.
Where does this fight stand, then, in the sort of heavyweight history, potentially?
This is the biggest fight of our era, my era. This is the one where two fighters have been, you know, arguably the best and both undefeated. They both got massive records, big names, and they've had a great entertaining fight first time around, bit of controversy, so they're doing it again. So they both know exactly what they're doing with. This is our generation's big one. This is the Tyson Lennox but in their primes. Imagine if the
unbeaten.
Tyson happened 6
Unbeaten
years
prime.
before.
Wow.
Exactly.
And that's
before
why
they
you got to
both lost.
commend these two men.
Yeah.
This is the fight boxing needs, and it's the biggest fight you can make in boxing right now. And so that's why it's commendable that they're doing it again.
The time between now and the fight, the psychological games, the press conferences, the public appearances, how important are they now? What sort of an edge can be drawn?
I think they're both so experienced. I'm not sure if there's too much could be said. Banter between the two of them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to walk you down. I don't think anything that they can say to each other will affect their preparation and mindset. I think maybe Tyson may have got into Wilder's head first time round and forced him to come out gunslinging like he wanted him to, which would play into Fury's game. I think this time round, no matter what Fury says to Wilder and vice versa, it will have that much of an effect.
Do you know how you know you're going to see a great fight?
Go on, John.
And I'm experiencing this feeling of seeing great fights in the ring and out the ring. How calm they are to each other. Nobody's slagging each
That
other
last
off this
press
time.
conference when they were sitting down opposite
Honestly,
each other.
that's
chatting.
dangerous. That's
That was
dangerous
scary,
body
wasn't it?
language.
Yeah.
That these two men knowing, they both know that they're going to put their lives
No
on the
pushing,
line.
no shouting,
They
no
think
shoving.
we haven't got to shout about it. We haven't got to do this. We haven't got to do that. The first time they met, it was a one-horse race, so they thought. But you know, this time they've got mutual respect for one another, and they know they're going to throw down and give the best. And you know that by how calm they are. You've heard the saying, calm before the storm.
This is it.
This is it.
I do expect fight week, some fight week fireworks. But I think you've got to be careful if you're Wilder, not to let it get in your head, and if you're Fury, not to do so much of it that you forget about your own game plan.
Blame
You know?
yourself,
Yeah, of course.
A man, when he's pressured and he's in a hard time, he'll crack at the seams, and once he cracks, the crack will spread from here to Manchester and back, and it's over.
I don't reckon Wilder.
Do you want to bet
cracks.
then?
I don't
I'll bet you
I
£50,000.
don't like to bet. I don't like to bet.
I'll bet you
I'm saying-
50 grand, 100 grand.
Well, it's
I'm not
not
bothered.
about-
I'm a man of
it's
my
not about
word.
betting. It's about my opinion. My opinion
opinion's
is
good, yeah.
Wilder won't crack.
Well, I
He's
know
not
you're
a
fan
cracking
of
type of
Wilder,
guy.
we can see that, but
No,
at
no,
the
no.
end of it, that's good.
It's about.
That's all good.
It's about.
You
I've
tell me.
never seen any.
Okay.
I've never seen anything in the ring when he's fought. I've never seen anything personality-wise. I've never seen anything inspiring
suggest
that
he'll
suggests
crack
he cracks under pressure.
Listen.
Until I see a man crack,
'Cause he's
I
not
give
fought
everyone the
nobody.
benefit of the doubt.
He hasn't fought anybody. Put him under pressure.
Tyson Fury proved he didn't crack last time out.
Nick Tyson, let me tell you, you know Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe. They'd have done my son a year ago in 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it because he shouldn't have been in there. His body, you could put your finger in it. That fight was like a lot of tissue paper, all little saggy skin, like a blowed up balloon. I was in better shape.
Because
at
he'd lost
50-year-old.
all that weight and he
He'd
hadn't
lost 10
trained at the
stone.
weight, yeah,
He was as
okay.
weak as a kitten, but his self-belief, he said, my self-belief and my determination enough to beat him. It's because I know he ain't got it. But listen, I'll be the first one to come and say, David, I'm wrong. Steve, I'm wrong. Paul, I'm wrong. John, I'm wrong. But I know this time what my son's capable of doing.